Hello everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at this wonderful GE M250R 175 watt Mercury vapor streetlight. I recently picked this up at one of the used building material places for a very reasonable price. In fact, I found two of them there. One of them is here at home in the collection and the other one is at work, being used there to light up our work area. So gotta have something fun to look at while you're doing your work in the warehouse, of course. So anyway, the one that showed up here at the house and is installed right here is the one we'll take a look at today. Maybe eventually in the future we'll take a look at the other one, but I'll point out some of the minor differences between the two here today as we take a look at this version right in front of you. Taking a look around on Lighting Gallery and collecting some information about this particular version of the M250, just reading their comments on random pictures and things, this appears to be an early version of the M250R, but not the very first. The very first version of the M250R did not have this little latch here at the front. It did have the push to open button, but the extra thumb latch that sticks out here was not present. Of course, they added this to make it easier to open the door of the fixture. Now you can hold on to it and push up and pull down without having to just push and trying to pull it down at the same time. So they kind of added that just as an ease of use item. The other thing to note here is that this has the silver paint on it, or at least it's silver as far as I can tell. If we compare it here to a gray street light, it certainly looks silver to me. So we're going to say it's silver. But if this is their gray offering, of course, anything I'm saying here, let me know in the comments down below, any information you may have as well. But this looks to be silver, and as far as I can tell, the silver with this latch was only made for 1 year, and that's 1965. But I guess we'll see how true that is when we open up the fixture here and take a look at some of the date codes and stuff. As I previously mentioned, I picked up two of these. Neither of them came with their original refractors. In fact, they came with none. So I put this polycarbonate Krauss-Heinz refractor on here, and it fits just fine and looks good, so I'm happy enough with it. The other one that I have at work doesn't have anything on it at the moment. It's just the bare bulb and reflector. This version here, however, is lacking the photocell socket on top. It doesn't even have a hole for it. It's just eliminated altogether. The one that is at work does have the photocell socket on top, and I just have a dummy photocell in there right now because it's wired up directly bypassing it so we can use it indoors. And the final difference between the two is that this one is multi-tap. You can do 120 or 240. The version I have at work is a 120 only version. First, we need to open the fixture, of course. So we'll reach on up and we'll push and pull down here. And our door swings on open. Starting at the end of the fixture here, we have where the latch hooks on, and a little piece of metal which is attached to our reflector assembly here. So we can just push in on that and remove the reflector assembly if needed. Around it we have a black rubber gasket which seals with the refractor assembly. Inside is a nice old Sylvania 175 watt Mercury vapor bulb, BT 28 in shape with the wonderful girder frame. We have a terminal block here which you can wire up two different ways for 120 or 240 operation. Our sticker, which we'll take a closer look at here in a second. And our mounting. Of course, we have two mounting points here. The first one with the red paint on it there, you can move up and down to position the fixture however is needed. And the back piece here you can flip over, whether you're using a 1 1/4 inch pipe like we're doing here, or a 2-inch pipe. Before we take a look at the label, hidden behind it is the ballast. And as you can see, it's in wonderful condition. Again, quite dirty from its original installation, wherever that may have been. We have our capacitor right here for the ballast as well. So let's get a look at that label. I removed the wire here so we can get a nice look at it. And it looks like our date code is BA, if I'm reading that correctly. You can see the catalog number, 120/240 volts, the amps, and how you can wire it up depending on what voltage you're going to feed to it. Now, here's a picture of the sticker on the other fixture. You can see it's 120 volt only. And, well, as I'm recording this, I'm not sure what the date code is on that one, but I'm sure you're seeing it on your screen. Moving to the door, we have the latch assembly here to hold it in place, the hinge. On the other side, if we push that little button in, we'll be able to move the metal out of the way there and pick it up and swing it off if we need to replace it. Still has all of its original dirt and grime in here from wherever it was originally installed. We have a little latch here that holds the refractor assembly on, and you can see this polycarbonate Krauss-Heinz refractor here. And at the very bottom, we have the latch assembly itself to hook on and close the fixture up. Okay, let's close the fixture back up here, and we'll get to turning it on. Side profile of the fixture here, and no sign of a photocell socket on top. Let's turn the lights off. We're currently at 119 volts, so let's plug it in 3, 2, 1. Currently taking 75 watts, 0.63 amps, and a power factor of 0.96 at 118.8 volts. Beautiful Mercury vapor color. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and I love that hum. That is so tasty. Well, let's let it warm up. Okay, I think we're at full brightness here. The lux meter and the watt meter here have definitely evened out a little bit. So let's get some readings. We're currently taking 248 watts with 2.11 amps and a power factor of 0.98 at 118.7 volts. And the lux meter is currently reading 232 lux. It's about 7.5 feet away from the bulb, I'd say, positioned here on the floor. And of course, that also depends on where the refractor is throwing most of the light. So let's go ahead and see how well it is doing that. Beautiful Mercury vapor color, lighting everything up. I love this. It is so beautiful. Let's go ahead and get a wider angle shot here so you can see where the refractor is throwing most of the light. Of course, in a very streetwise pattern. It's not as fancy as a four-way optics, which are quite rare for these fixtures indeed. This is just a standard optic assembly here. We have the standard reflector and standard refractor, so we just get the standard line as usual. But it's doing a wonderful job lighting everything up. Beautiful Mercury vapor color. And it's quieted down significantly now that it has come to full brightness. Of course, this Sylvania bulb does have many hours on it already, but it's not too far along in life. As you saw, it does still have a very nice clear arc tube to it. Beautiful color. Just look at that. Gotta love it. So let's take a look at our meter here. We're getting about 230 or so lux. And we have our watt meter here. We'll take one more look at what readings we're getting here. 2.13 amp, 248 watts. Of course, we have ballast loss. And 0.89 for power factor. Again, a very beautiful fixture. So let's go ahead and watch it cool down. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, taking a look at this early GE M250R 175 watt Mercury Vapor Streetlight. Absolutely love this thing. What a wonderful find. Also, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.